Timaeus' alchemy store.
Did you say my name?
Looks like I beat you here.
So, did you do your homework, Timaeus? Paimon wants to hear it.
So sorry. I haven't gotten around to it yet.
Timaeus, might I ask how you're progressing? Huh? Traveler and friends. Oh, nice to see you again.
Sucrose has me deciphering an alchemical recipe, but my brain is doing backflips. I just don't understand it.
So, in other words, no progress?
No.
Oh. Now that you mention it, I can't figure it out either.
Is alchemy really that mysterious?
But of course! Alchemy is an ancient and mystical discipline. Yet, with the passage of time, those that can be said to have mastered its secrets grow fewer and further between.
Yes! That was my thinking too. But I believe that Mr. Albedo is still painting on the mountain. And we've got lots of research to do. There's no getting around it.
If you want my opinion, if Mr. Albedo can't figure out this recipe, nobody in Teyvat can. Sucrose, what exactly is this recipe anyway?
It's a windbloom recipe I transcribed from an ancient book.
Ooh, what if the windbloom isn't a naturally occurring plant after all, but an alchemical creation?
Oh! Now that's an interesting take on the windbloom conundrum.
You misunderstand. The book doesn't say anything about it being a recipe for a windbloom. The book... Well, actually, it doesn't exactly have the appearance of a book anymore. It's badly damaged and lots of information is missing. Only a few pages of scattered notes from the original volume have survived. That, and a recipe written in some unknown language. The author mentioned in the notes that the recipe was extremely precious. Timaeus and I are completely unable to decipher the content. I know it might seem inconceivable, but something about it being extremely precious made me think of windblooms.
Huh? But...
That's an act of imagination.
Traveler, if I may be so bold, could you take this recipe to Mr. Albedo?
Mr. Albedo should be at the camp at the foot of the mountain.
Ah, the mountain. Now there's a romantic location.
Windbloom, the flower that alchemy made. Sounds exciting! Paimon needs to know the truth. Let's get going. Albedo, here we come. Albedo!
Oh. Traveler and Paimon? And who might this be?
This is our tone-deaf bard.
Venti will do just fine, but yes, I am a bard.
Greetings. I'm Albedo, the alchemist.
The Windbloom Festival is in full swing. People celebrating everywhere. And here you are all by yourself.
Well, with the Windbloom Festival in full swing, as you say, why would you be out here looking for me?
We're helping Sucrose. Sucrose gave us some paper. She says there's a Windbloom recipe from an ancient text on it. Neither she nor Timaeus can understand it, so we came looking for you.
A Windbloom recipe? I see. This is an ancient language. It's no wonder Sucrose and Timaeus couldn't decipher it. Even so, I don't believe this is a recipe for a Windbloom.
So what could it be?
I could only guess, I'm afraid. In order to reach a conclusion, we'll need to see the real thing. Sadly, my hands are full right now. But I can give you a list of ingredients, if you'd like to go gathering.
Okay, job done.
Great work. Let's have a look, shall we? Seems we have everything we need. Not for the alchemical process. This shouldn't take long. There we have it.
Is this the wind bloom that Sucrose was talking about? It's just a sweet flower.
Have a closer look. Are you sure it's the same as other sweet flowers?
Now that you mention it, why is this sweet flower so big?
So this is the wind bloom created by following this ancient recipe. It really does make me think of Sucrose.
It does seem like something she would like.
Do sweet flowers this size even count as sweet flowers anymore?
I can say with certainty that yes, they do. Their essence is the same.
But Sucrose said that she transcribed the recipe from an ancient book. Could it be that there were sweet flowers around even in ancient times?
There were indeed sweet flowers in antiquity. This species has a long history.
Seriously? Have sweet flowers really existed all that time?
Yes.
Whoa!
Well then, I must head further into the mountain. I still have painting to do. Perhaps you could pass this on? Traveler, enjoy the celebrations.
Oh, Sucrose, we've got something for you.
Oh, you're back.
Timaeus, how's that homework coming along?
Did you get the wind bloom? Let me see.
Here's a flower he created, but Albedo said it's just...
It's just like the wind bloom in my dreams.
It's just a sweet flower.
No, hear me out. This is a perfect specimen from an ancient recipe. I saw it in my dreams. The tetratanic sweet flower.
The what now?
The seeds of the tetratanic sweet flower are 4 times bigger than those of ordinary sweet flowers. And the sweet flowers that grow from them are, well, tetratanic sweet flowers. Bigger, stronger, sweeter, and more beautiful. A perfect Teyvat species. Oh, and not to mention that the recipe comes from remote antiquity. A perfect, magnificent flower from the far-flung past. Whatever people say, this is my wind bloom.
Sucrose is... consistently Sucrose.
I must go and source some nutrients for my wind bloom. Bye for now.
Who knew alchemy could generate such enthusiasm? Now, Timaeus, your homework?
Just finished, sir. Here.
Ooh, here we go. Paimon's favorite part.
Timaeus, may I recite it?
You're gonna read it out loud?
Don't be embarrassed. Here we go. Hand in hand with you before the furnace, the flames fail to rise, for they are burning in my heart.
Wow. Sounds so romantic. And you even tailored it to your profession. Great job.
Truly, a masterpiece beyond all expectation, Timaeus. You're a natural.
Really? Wow! I had no idea that someone like me could write love poems of any merit. It must have been Professor Venti's excellent guidance. Professor, as soon as I'm done here, I'll sort out my tuition fee.
Music to my ears. Now, that's job satisfaction. And I guess that's everyone's homework collected, no? Who could that be?
Oh! Where did Bennett run off to?
Welcome. How can I help you?
Barbara, we need to ask you something.
Traveler, Paimon, Mr. Bard! Something terrible's happened! Bennett's gone missing!
Missing? You mean he hasn't returned after leaving that day?
Yes! What if he's in danger? We have no idea where he is!
The Thousand Winds Temple.
Rosaria?
With you all in the cathedral shouting at the top of your lungs, I could hear everything you were saying.
Oh, Paimon remembers now. He said something like, "I've got it! The Thousand Winds Temple!"
There's no time to lose. Let's head to the temple and investigate. As long as you believe that wind rings are real.
No trace of Bennett anywhere. What's that over there?
Forces? Freezer, someone's coming! Maybe they're here to save us! Traveler, keep your eyes peeled for enemies.
Windblade!
Eat this! Nice and spicy! Nice and spicy! Race you! Eat this! Out of the frying pan, into the fire! Ah, we're here! Bennett, we've come to the rescue! Whoa, this cell has 2 sections.
See what I mean? Even they're surprised by this crazy cell.
Lucky you two got locked on opposite sides.
Oh, what a superior design. Presumably an ancient mechanism is involved somehow. There's gotta be a mechanism around here someplace. Quick, go look for it.
Stomach rumbling.
You just ate the apple from my bag. You two seem to have adjusted well to life in prison. We can leave you here if you like.
No, not funny. I'm begging you, all right? Please, find the mechanism.
And open sesame.
Ah, freedom at last.
Very unexpected.
I wouldn't call it unexpected. This was just a normal day for me.
Sorry.
Ah, no need to apologize. It wasn't even your fault.
So, let's hear the story.
Wait, what happened with that letter?
Oh, it was just a false alarm. Turns out some fans just wanted to get her attention so they could get a gift to her.
What the? That's terrible. What kind of a person does that? I've been locked up here a whole day thanks to them.
Sorry.
Don't be, Razor. I didn't mean... Like I said, there's nothing to apologize for. It was my fault for being so hasty in the first place. I rushed off without giving the map a proper look and ended up in the complete wrong location. After I left the cathedral, I came straight to the area around the Thousand Winds Temple. But there were monsters everywhere, not to mention ruin guards. You know, those huge things. I guess you've seen them before. But as a first-rate adventurer, I was able to rely on my wits to evade them. Then I got to the temple itself. The moment I arrived here, I heard a monster's roar.
Well, Paimon's guessed the ending already.
I remember thinking it must be some villainous trap that the perpetrator had set for us. But was Bennett the adventurer, leader of Benny's adventure team, about to back down? No way! So I charged straight in! That's when I found him inside.
Razor, what were you doing at the Thousand Winds Temple?
Wolvendom. Many hunters. Too noisy, so I leave.
So, you came all the way to the Thousand Winds Temple, then what? You were trapped by the mechanism?
Turns out it was no ordinary cell, what with the inner and outer sections. Of course, when I saw that Razor had been trapped inside, I had to rescue him. Then, all of a sudden, there was a huge crash as the other cell door came down.
Yep, just as Paimon expected.
Anyway, why did you come to the Thousand Winds Temple?
Bennett, did you forget about your homework? I'm ready to collect my tuition fee once I've corrected it, of course.
Oh, the love poem! Of course I didn't forget! It's not like I had much else to do, being stuck in this cell all day and all night. So at some point, I just started working on it. It's all finished now. Even Razor reviewed it.
Oh, yeah? Razor, how did he do?
Don't understand words, but feel warm, tingly. Like wolfhook thorn.
Bennett, may I recite your work?
Oh, sure. A taste of Bennett's wordsmanship.
Yay! A round of applause for Bennett!
You and the Mare Javari, so close and yet so far. One at the edge of the world, the other in the center of my heart. Wolfhook and Dandelion, my windbloom offering to you.
Wolfhook?
Yeah, not bad, right?
It's definitely your style.
Marvelous work! Unpretentious and honest, sincere and evocative.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir.
Bennett did good poem.
Thanks to you too, Razor.
Congratulations! Nice job! Still, Wolfhook and Dandelion, can they both be windblooms?
Oh, that was Razor's addition. I asked him, what do you think the windbloom is? Wolfhook was his answer.
Yes, wolfhook, good.
So, even berries count now?
A novel take indeed.
I'm so happy. Today was lucky. Getting rescued against the odds, receiving praise for my poem? Brilliant! Sir, as soon as we're back in Mondstadt, I'll buy you some wine.
Bennett's pretty easy to please.
That's not quite it. I'm always so unlucky, so I'll take what I can get.
Yes, but in future, be careful.
Hey, you should talk.
Everyone, I have an announcement to make. All the poems from the Fast Track class have now been collected.
Great.
So to celebrate, let's go to the tavern and have a drink.
I'm afraid Razor and I have to be going. He said he knows of some relatively unknown areas worth exploring and wants to show them to me. Have a great time, though.
Come in, take a seat. We have a few specials today at Angel Share.
Shope's blacksmith.
Hey, Charles, it's us.
Welcome. Have a seat wherever you like.
Master D-Luke?
Oh, I was about to finish this drink and go looking for you. But you've done the hard part for me.
It sure is lively in here.
It is the Windbloom Festival after all. No one in Mondstadt who has the time and mora is going to miss out on a trip to the tavern. Traveler, will you have a drink? No pressure. It's not a requirement. Soaking up the festival atmosphere is the most important thing. Master Jean wanted me to pass along this message. You've been chosen as this year's Windbloom Star. Quite the honor.
Windbloom Star?
The Windbloom Star is one of Mondstadt's greatest honors, normally only bestowed upon those who have made enormous sacrifices for Mondstadt, or who have truly proven themselves over the Windbloom Festival period.
Since arriving in Mondstadt, you have offered invaluable support to its people. This is their way of saying thank you.
I know you will receive it gracefully. Oh yes, and another thing. The Windbloom Star must attend the Windbloom ceremony together with the acting Grand Master. During the ceremony, you will represent the people of Mondstadt in making a Windbloom offering to the Animo Archon Barbados.
But which Windbloom are you talking about?
A good question. D-Luke, care to explain?
Passing on messages and deliberating over ceremonial details. Sounds more like your line of work, Kaya.
No sense of humor. Traveler, the Windbloom is always chosen by the Windbloom Star, so the flower offered to the Animo Archon for this year's celebrations is entirely up to you.
Whoa, no pressure, huh?
Hey, where's the bartender? How come Master D-Luke's mixing the drinks?
If it's Charles you're after, he's out on delivery.
And who is most directly responsible for creating the demand for an alcohol delivery service at this time of year in the first place?
I see. So, what do you make of Master D-Luke's mixing ability?
Why don't we ask the formidable Sister Rosaria? What do you think?
He's not bad.
Formidable? Did you guys have a fight?
I'd call it a misunderstanding. I caught sight of a suspicious figure hurtling by the Knights of Favonius headquarters. Fortunately, I discovered in good time that it was Miss Rosaria, and stayed my hand.
Aha! So the suspicious figure that day was Rosaria all along!
Folks in Mondstadt are on edge with you constantly on the prowl. You're no ordinary sister, that's for sure.
Allow me to return the compliment, good Master Diluc. You're hardly a run-of-the-mill businessman yourself.
My, such a formidable wit, too. But really, is there any here among us today who can't be said to possess a talent or two? Even the celebrated honorary knight has graced us with their presence tonight. Truly, a good day for a drink.
Well said. So, Kaya, about that tuition fee?
Please collect the goods from Diluc. 3 bottles, as promised. They didn't come cheap.
The better the wine, the higher the price. Just economics.
How are you enjoying the Windbloom Festival, traveler? That's good to hear.
A toast, everyone, to a happy Windbloom Festival and the free people of Mondstadt. Cheers.
Cheers! What a festival! Now, this won't drink itself.
Tone-deaf bard, spare a thought for other people. Paimon's looking for good food, not just good drink.
Auto reconfiguration is an essential function. Feel free to look around. There's no obligation to buy.
We're looking for the Liyue volume of the Teyvat Travel Guide. Do you have it in stock?
Sorry, dear. We stopped stocking that a very long time ago. It just wasn't selling.
Huh? But the Mondstadt volume was so interesting. Bummer.
The thing is, the author made it too personal, and the result wasn't really much of a guide. It barely sold any copies, and the few travelers that did buy it made complaints afterward.
Well, that's a shame. The Mondstadt volume was a good read, even just as an adventurer's diary.
The fact remains that I don't have it in stock. If you must read it, try your luck at Chang the Ninth's place.
Who's Chang the Ninth?
A book collector who lives in Qingce village. He's a complete grouch, but he will behave himself if the conversation is about books. He was a regular customer here back when he lived in Liyue Harbor, and I still send him the odd out-of-print book or two every now and then.
Did somebody say out-of-print books? Is there a chance that Volume 6 of Legend of the Shattered Halberd is also in his collection? Apologies, my liege. Where are my manners? My name is Sing Cho, a humble literature enthusiast who happened to be passing by. Since you and I are both in search of lost books, what say we travel together to Mount Qingce and pay a visit to Chang the Ninth? My pleasure, fellow book lover.
Auto reconfiguration is an essential function.
I've had my heart set on getting hold of a copy of Legend of the Shattered Halberd, but frankly, I'd be willing to do whatever it takes to...
So, are you buying or not?
The heavens are smiting me. smiting me to smithereens. Uh-huh. And what do you want? Come on, spit it out.
We've heard you've got tons of old books lying around, and we want to borrow the Liyue volume of the Teyvat Travel Guide.
Huh. Don't get me started on the topic of my books. After the chasm was sealed off, the family mining business started going south. Then the Fatui started working to sabotage me. To pay off my debts, I had no choice but to pawn off my beloved book collection. Every last book. Do you have any idea what that means? Wrong. That was my life's work. I devoted my entire life to curating, collecting, caring for them, and now they're gone. Gone, I tell you. It's useless ranting and raving at you like this. All I can do is try to save enough Mora to buy them back. Unless you have other business here, I'm done talking to you. Goodbye. Off you go. Go on, go.
Please tell me that you didn't pawn Volume 6 of Legend of the Shattered Halberd.
Legend of the Shattered Halberd? There is a title I haven't heard in a long time. You have good taste, my boy.
What? But we don't?
That work was an epic-defining masterpiece. Granted, it was almost unknown at the time it was published, but over time it was the work that came to define the genre of martial arts novels and sparked a plethora of imitation works. Barely any copies of the first edition were ever printed.
The later edition inexplicably went out of print, almost as soon as it was released. A shame, given what it allegedly added to the original story.
Yes, that's right. How did I forget? The original edition's 6th volume of that work is so rare, I could never bring myself to pawn it no matter how much I needed the money.
You mean you still have it?
Yes. It is my one and only remaining treasure.
Hey, Chang! You've got some nerve keeping me and my boss waiting like this. I need an answer. Will you sell the core lapis or not? I'm sure you don't need me to remind you that if you mess with Gentry Moutsai, you're messing with the Fatui.
Oh, you again. But you know I can't afford to give a 70% discount on the price. I'd never be able to buy my collection back.
That's your business. The question is, do you want your books, or do you want food on your plate? Perhaps you'd like to take your books with you to an early grave.
You...
Whoa there, friend. Come on. This gentleman is either willing to make a deal or he's not. You can't force him to sell against his will.
Just who do you think you are? Keep your nose out of other people's business.
My liege, I am but one who comes to the aid of this gentleman in his moment of need. I am Xingqiu, disciple of the Guhua clan.
Guhua clan? Did you hear this clown? He thinks he's a Guhua master in this day and age. Oh, there was me thinking the last granddads of Guhua had keeled over and died by now. Who were you supposed to be then, huh? Some sort of Guhua messiah?
Justice is blind to our backgrounds, my friend. That just makes me someone trying to do the right thing. But you? The weasel who does the tiger's bidding may be less powerful than his master, but he is no less guilty.
Get a load of this guy. Just you wait. You'll be sorry you crossed me. And you, Chang, you're selling that core lapis whether you like it or not.
Oh, how the wolves prey upon the fallen tiger. My days are numbered.
So, just to come back to what we were talking about earlier, could I get a yay or nay about borrowing that book?
Oh, what does it matter now? I can't expect anybody to care about me anymore. But since you did stick up for me, please, just take this book and leave me in peace.
3 long years I have waited for this day. Words cannot express my gratitude. I, Xingqiu, vow to repay this great act of generosity.
All right, give it a rest. Just bring it back when you're finished. Sorry, but I'm not about to put my hopes in some self-professed Guhua disciple.
Hey, where are you going? We've still got a job to do over here.
Now I can get back everything I lost.
So, you like reading, huh, Mr. 5-second hero?
Oh, amazing! I never saw that coming.
Hello? Xingqiu? Anybody in there?
No wonder this book is so highly sought after.
How can they bully poor old Cheng the Ninth like this? Forcing him to sell his ore for dirt cheap? It's daylight robbery, pure and simple.
Don't forget me. I'm in too.
Oh, so now you can hear what we're saying.
The reason I borrowed this book is that it would be a real pity if Cheng the Ninth ended up having to pawn it. And I meant every word I said to Cheng the Ninth. I will return his act of kindness. It is the just thing to do. I will be custodian of this book, and I will also help find a way to buy back the rest of his collection. Of course I do. An initial plan anyway. I still need to work out the details. Give me a second to reflect. It shan't take but a moment.
You're still here? What is this, a game to you? You think no one's really gonna get hurt? I gotta hand it to the Goofball clan. What you lack in numbers and talent, you make up for in guts. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I say Goofball clan? I meant Guhua clan. That's what you goofballs call it, right?
There's a saying that goes, the insect that shakes the oak tree ludicrously overestimates its ability.
Quit quoting proverbs at me, you buffoon!
Please leave this place. I will not tolerate an attempt to coerce an honest trader, especially when the one you seek to threaten is one to whom I owe a debt of gratitude.
It's cute that you want to stick your neck out for Chang and all. But you picked the wrong time, you little punk. I brought the Fatui to back me up. A whole army of you and your little Guhua buddies wouldn't be able to help you now.
I may be young, my liege, but the path I have chosen makes me no stranger to conflict. Why should I cower in the face of evil?
Oh, great speech. But now it's time for you to learn your lesson.
Are you here to play with me?
No, my sword! No, my sword! Rain outlines your fate. Let me weave you a verse.
Let me amuse myself a little.
Time to act.
I thought that was just a regular pendant you were wearing, not a vision! You won this round, but you better watch your back. This isn't over!
Would it be too much to hope they've learned their lesson? Yes, though I try to avoid using it. I dislike the unfair advantage it gives me against my opponents. Though I long to restore Guhua to its former glory, it is no easy task.
They've gone for now, but they'll be back looking to cause more trouble before long.
I'll see to it that no harm comes to those who show me kindness. There is a just and unjust way to do business, and I will ensure the matter is resolved satisfactorily. It's not like the Fatui to pick sides in a business dispute, but the confident demeanor of their errand boy suggests there is substance to his words. There must be a deeper level of collusion at work here. He mentioned Gentry Mautai, I know this name. He has a stately residence in Liyue Harbor. Maybe the two of you could go and investigate.
That idea works, but what are you gonna do?
Me? I have other things to look into. Let me see. Let us meet at Yujing Terrace in Liyue Harbor in a bit.
You really have stuff to do? Are you sure you're not just using us as your errand runners?
Wow, so that's how that turned out. This whole passage is just extraordinary.
Ugh, this guy is so annoying! Paimon just wants to slap him right in his stupid face! Fine, but as per tradition, Paimon gets to pick an ugly nickname for him. From now on, he shall be known as... Guhua Geek!
So, are you buying?
Who goes there? Really? He didn't mention anything about a meeting. The Master's dealing with some urgent business today. All prior appointments have been canceled.
Urgent business? What is it?
The Master's been working on a major business deal recently. He left early this morning to meet with a VIP client.
So, where is he now?
I'm sorry. The Master is stressed that we must not disclose that information to just anyone. No, I mean, yes. Yes, you are. I meant no offense. Please, believe me. I'm sorry. Master's currently in business negotiations at Shinya Kiosk. I beg for your mercy, please. My master will show me no leniency if he finds out.
Well, my master has much more important things to do than talking to rude guards like you. Luckily for you, your bad attitude will be the last thing on his mind when he's busy negotiating a big business deal with your boss.
Thank you. May your business forever be blessed by the Lord of Geo.
Nice work! Paimon never knew you were such a tough negotiator. Is that so? Now Paimon knows not to let your wily ways get the better of her in the future. Anyway, seems like the VIP client in question must be one of the Fatui. In that case, let's get ourselves over to the Shinyue Kiosk. Seems business is booming at the Shinyue Kiosk. No one should notice if we blend in there.
What if Master finds out?
But either way, if we want to know what kind of shady business they're up to, we better be careful.
Just a few more.
I understand. I do. Please do not worry. You have my word that the order will be completed as promised.
The subordinate I sent was not quite so optimistic in his appraisal. Is somebody being uncooperative?
We just ran into a minor procurement problem, is all. We haven't managed to purchase the core lapis yet. But it's nothing for you to worry about. If Chang the Ninth won't sell, I can buy from someone else.
That would be most ideal. I remind you again that the Fatui care only about the result. We are willing to lend a certain degree of support to this transaction. But if it is not completed in time, you may suddenly find our goodwill comes at a price you cannot afford.
I understand. I am indebted to you for your protection. You know I would not dream of disappointing you, don't you?
We shall see when the time comes.
Darn that old man Chang.
So, Mr. Gentry Moutsai is colluding with the Fatui. Who knows if Gulag Geek has made any progress? Should we go tell him?
Just a few more minutes rest.
You said you had other things to look into, as if you're some sort of man of mystery. When actually, all you meant was you wanted somewhere new to park your backside while you read your book.
I see. I guessed as much.
Did you really guess, or are you just saying that to sound clever?
The course of action we must take is now clear. To start with, please deliver this letter to the Feiyun Commerce Guild. They will know what to do. My liege, for reasons that I cannot explain, I will be unable to join you. There is no need for you to read the contents of the letter. When the time comes...
Ugh, this writing is super hard to read. Paimon can't make heads or tails of it.
Hence why I said there's no need for you to read it. The Feiyun Commerce Guild will have someone who can understand it.
But why would you want to get them involved? They're one of the bigwig commerce guilds in Liyue. Why would they want to help us? Since we got to Liyue, Paimon keeps hearing people mention it. Seems they oversee a lot of business that goes on around here. Having such big backing would be great and all, but are you sure they'd want to help?
No need to worry about that. From what I know, they share my sense of chivalry. Once they have read the carefully reasoned and passionately argued case I put forth in this letter, they will certainly be moved to action. Gentry Moutsai must be taught a lesson he will never forget. This is something we cannot do on our own. Also, I do not wish for anyone else to know of my involvement in this.
Why not? You're only doing this to try and help Chang the Ninth, right?
To silently disappear at the matter's conclusion, concealing one's name and contribution. This is the chivalrous thing to do. To savor the memory is ample reward. Each droplet of kindness I receive, I am duty-bound to repay with a welling spring of gratitude. I seek neither praise nor reward.
That sounds very lovely. But be honest, you just want them to do it so you can carry on reading your book, don't you?
Thank you in advance for delivering this letter to the Feiyun Commerce Guild. Someone from the guild should be able to receive you near Lioli Pavilion.
Hey! Stop ignoring Paimon! Excuse us, we come bearing news of a matter requiring your assistance. It's all in this letter.
A letter? Oh, I see. This again. Oh, don't mind me. I was just speculating. Let me give this a read.
Can he actually read this thing? Is it even written in the common tongue?
Yes, the script is inimitable by the uninitiated. Honored guests, you must both be wary from your long journey. Please allow the Feiyun Commerce Guild to be your host for tonight. Please rest assured that the matter written about has been duly received. We just need some time to prepare. Please take a seat here in Lioli Pavilion, where you may enjoy some light refreshments while taking in the ocean view. Consider it a small token of our esteem.
Yay! Tasty snacks! They're giving us the VIP treatment.
Of course. We treat visitors with the utmost respect here at the Feiyun Commerce Guild. When honored guests grace us with their presence, far be it from us to shirk our duty to them. Please, this way.
And Paimon thought we'd get kicked out, or turned away at the door. Paimon didn't think Guhua Geek had so much clout.
Thank you for your patience. With the amount of wealth and power Gentry Moutsai has, it will take more than a slap on the wrist to get through to him. For him to correct the error of his ways, he must feel for himself the same suffering he has inflicted on Chang the Ninth. Since Gentry Moutsai's business has to do with core lapis, we simply need to buy up all the stock there is in Liyue. That will put him in a rather sticky situation. Deprived of the necessary raw materials, even the best craftsperson in Tevat would be unable to make their product.
Great idea! That'll be sure to mess things up between him and the Fatui. But Liyue is huge. Is it really possible to buy up every last bit of core lapis in the harbor?
With the timescale we are on, it is indeed a challenge. Hence, as stated in the letter, we must ask for your further cooperation in the matter. First, there are a number of vendors in the city you will need to buy from. I've marked their respective locations on your map. There is also some unsold core lapis at the chasm. You will need to purchase that too. Finally, there is Chang the Ninth's batch.
Alrighty, so 3 sellers in the city, another one at the chasm, and then Chang the Ninth. Roger that!
Of course, we are not expecting you to cover the costs.
Wow, so many more! With cash like this, Paimon could rent out Lioli Pavilion and eat there for a whole month!
Well, this is not the first time we've had to do something like this. It's just par for the course now. All you need to do is strike a deal. The Feiyun Commerce Guild will handle the transportation and other trifling matters. Once you have purchased all the core lapis, please proceed to the Feiyun Commerce Guild's warehouse, where you can see the rest of the plan unfold.
Gotta hand it to Guhua Geek. This is some seriously solid work for a guy who lives in a fantasy world. Let's do this in the order the guy said. First the sellers in the city, then the chasm, and then last but not least, Chang the Ninth.